Your debt is not your fault, and you're probably still in debt because of the way you're allocating your money. In this video, I'm going to share with you using real numbers. We got Jerome out of debt very fast. We're going to share with you how we did that and how you can turn this debt into passive income as well. Let's go ahead and dive in. So whenever we go to eliminate massive debt in a very fast time frame, we want to make sure that you know what we're dealing with first here. All right, so we're dealing with credit card debts. We're dealing with the personal line of credit. Is that a debt? Go ahead and comment below if you know. Car loan, septic loan, and a mortgage. All right, so let's go ahead and go over these very quickly and then get into how we eliminated their debt. Credit card 2, we're at $30 balance at 27.15%, $15 a month minimum payment there. Credit card 1, $14.07 is the balance, 28.99% is the interest rate, $50 a month paying there. Personal line of credit, $12,940 at the 14 3/4. We are paying $260 on a minimum payment there. We got the car loan of $22,882 at 7%, $373 each and every month. We also have a septic loan, $15,047, 1.75%. Got a good deal there, $122 each and every month. And last but definitely not least, we have the death pledge. Mortgage, $131,813 at 7%. And that's $960 a month there. If we go over here, we're looking at an income of $5,000 each and every month. We have the expenses of $4,463 to include the debt payments here, which leaves us with a cash flow of $537. How we got that is we subtracted income minus $4,463 in expenses. We've got the $537. Now, this is how you get rid of debt. You don't focus on the interest rate. You don't focus on your debt. You focus on this cash flow. All right. So what can we do with this cash flow that is accumulating each and every month so that we can wield it to our advantage? What can we do with it? Well, let's go ahead and strike out this loan. Now it's $30, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and make sure that that credit card is gone. And that's gonna increase our cash flow by $15 a month. Now remember what we're focusing on. We're focusing on the cash flow. So now $537 plus 15 is what? $552. All right. What are we going to do with that? Well, we can do a couple things. Let's start off with this. Make sure we focus on destroying the principal. So we're going to go ahead and continue with the minimum monthly payments, right? Not only for the credit card, but for all of these loans. We'll continue with that, but with our cash flow, we're going to use it as a soldier, and we're going to deploy $552 towards the principal of this credit card. What that's going to do is it's going to get us out of that credit card debt very fast so that we have that $50 a month. It's no longer going to the credit cards. It's coming to us. We're taking advantage of it. Let's go ahead and add that down there to our cash flow here. Are you seeing that? 552 plus $50 is what? $602. Now let's stop right there. You say, CJ, how did you know to put these loans and these lines in order? Well, if you remember our cash flow index method, it shows us which loan is the most cash flow sucking, which loan is the most inefficient or the less efficient loan. And so what we did is we placed the balance of each of these loans, okay? Let's go ahead and write LB for loan balance, and we divided it by the minimum monthly payment. Let's go ahead and write MM for minimum monthly payment. And you're going to come out with a number. That number is going to give you a CFI, and the lowest number is the one you pay off first. That is why I have these labeled as 2, 28, 50, 61, 123, and 137. We have to make sure that we diagnose the drain, okay? We got to diagnose where our cash flow is going, and it's getting sucked out through these inefficient lines and loans, okay? So that's where that came from. Remember, 0 to 50 is what? The danger zone. 51 to 99 is the caution zone. With those, I usually ask for lower rates. You can restructure, you can refinance, right? But those that are like 99 and above or 100 and above, I call those the freedom zone loans. Those are pretty efficient. You don't have to pay those off right away, which is why we actually have the septic loan and the mortgage last. All right, so let's go ahead and keep going here, right? We have $602. We want to place the $602 within this personal line of credit. Now, time out. Those of you that guessed that the personal line of credit is not a debt guessed correctly, and maybe it wasn't a guess, because when you're using the personal line of credit not just as a personal line of credit, but as your new checking account, meaning this number and this number are going within here, the personal line of credit, you're going to see, right, a side of the personal line of credit that you haven't before. Meaning what? That this personal line of credit, you no longer have to worry about the minimum monthly payment. Because that minimum monthly payment is now in your control. Why? Because what stays in there? The $602. And that's what's paying it down. Isn't that beautiful? All right. And so with this gone in a month, can you see that? 1 month. This gone in 3 months. Okay. And this gone in 15 months. Now we've got the full force of that personal line of credit back up and running. So what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with the $30,000, Jerome, in personal lines of credit? We want to put it towards the car loan? All right. Hey, you definitely can. All the while, right, that $260 is getting added because you're done now. And you've used the personal line of credit as your new checking account. We're going to go ahead and add this. Now you're at $862 in cash flow. And so remember, the faster you build up your cash flow, the more cash flow you have, the faster you're going to pay down your debts. And so with this car loan, right, with this septic loan, with this mortgage, what we're doing here is we are making sure that you have an advantage that you didn't have before. At this point, you have a choice to make, right? Because now you are in control. You got your personal line of credit back, right? And you're at your car loan. Sure, you can refinance it. You can restructure it. You can ask for lower interest rates, whatever the lender, between you and the lender, want to do. And the septic loan and the mortgage, you've got those. But you also have that personal line of credit filled up back to the $30,000. You can chunk, right, the principal on the car loan, right? Or you can do a partial chunk, the principal on the car loan, the septic, and the mortgage. Or you can turn that $30,000, and I'm just submitting this for your consideration. I've never talked about this on this channel. You can turn that $30,000 into passive income. What if I were to tell you that I know how to take the $30,000 you have and turn it into $1,080 in monthly passive income? You say, well, CJ, why in the world would I take $30,000 and turn it into $1,000 you know what I mean? $1,080. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense when you leave out the month. This is what I mean, okay? Let me share with you something that I want you to just think about, all right? We're talking about $30,000 stagnant, not doing anything. And we're talking about this still stagnant 30,000 being turned into $1,080. Now, look, if it was only $1,080, then yes, that would be foolish. But it's not $1,080. It's $1,080 per month. Folks, when you are out of all of this debt, okay, and you're going to be out very quickly, especially with that personal line of credit. I believe you already talked with our lenders, Jerome, about the home equity line of credit as well. So it's even bigger, right? So all of this will go away and you'll get a lower interest rate. You'll be paying even less. You'll have even more cash flow. We have to start thinking about things like this. We've got to get out of the mentality of, I got to get out of debt. And now, once you're out of debt, you need to continue to build your wealth. And you have to do that through passive income. This is income that you no longer have to work for, but you're looking at your investments and they're working for you. Just something to think about, folks. I'm going to go ahead and get out of your way so you can copy this down. Please remember the cash flow index model. Also remember how important cash flow is. Remember, we can put, right? We can put $30,000 that's not doing nothing to work for you so that you are making $1,080. We can get into that if you like. Go ahead and comment below. And if you're looking for more strategies, man, on how to get out of car loans, right? How to get out of gargantuan interest rate loans. Listen, the payday loans, we got a video for you right here. And folks, I will see you in another video. God bless.